Hello everyone, we're setting up for our first stream in the Vagabond Open 3. Tonight it's going to be Steve versus Gary, and it's going to be our first stream, so bear with us. I think we're just going to crash everything, but that's okay, it's just to test the tools and everything. So I think the players are getting ready and already putting their rocks in place. Well, apparently both of them are happy with having a sort of cluster in the middle, not too dense. I think that's probably a better call for Gary that wants Lando to be able to just move around, uh, move around stuff. But we see how it plays. So Gary is on, I think it's 196 points, and so he gave initiative to Steve, and Steve is deploying his ships on the right, and Gary is not going for the joust, which I can understand. He's placing Lando, but I've not seen where um, Dutch and Czech are. It doesn't matter really, he's going to place him afterwards, I guess. So setting up the dice for the first turn. And if anyone is listening, please let me know in the chat if it works. Thanks. All ships are set. Dice are being set for the first turn. And the game will be an hour, followed by 2 turns. Okay, guys, I'm back, and the game started. Uh, Steve's turning to the top of the map uh, towards Gary's ships. So let's see what Gary's up to. Is he probably not going to go straight into the rocks? It's apparently a bit of trouble with the dice. I think something about the dice is spinning or something like that. I don't know. It's getting there. No worries. Okay, so as probably planned, Gary is going straight. He's not going to go into the rocks at the moment, and Steve is having some issue with Luke's style as well. Uh, it's putting to be hard turning as well, I guess, keeping his rebel team together. So it's a rebel face-off tonight. Not very thematic, but it is what it is. Let's see what happens. Okay. Oh no, three bank from Luke. So I was going to bump. It's probably on purpose, I guess. And that's it for the first round. Obviously, no shootings. No shooting this round. Again, in the chat room, if anyone wants to let me know that you can hear me and you can see the screen properly, as it's our very first time we try to do something like that, that'd be appreciated. So maybe just a quick look on the list where they're planning that move. So um, first on Steve, so it's a 4-ship rebel list, very classic. So we've got Braylon. His ability is quite cool. He wants to be stressed, and then he can reroll up to 2 dice. Jamming mean is there just because it's free. Probably won't be used this game or ever. And just crack shot on him. So very not naked, but nearly. Then we've got Tennum, which got a similar ability. He wants to be stressed as well. He can then spend his stress, so it removes his stress, which is good, and it change all his token, all this I token to evade or it's basically a focus for stress, which is good. Jamming being again there just for the free upgrade and crack shots. Then we go on to the big guy, Luke. So Luke's got 2 force, and he's got always forces because when he defends and after he becomes defender, so before the dice are rolled, he can recover one force, which is quite cool. He's got S3 astromech, he can maintain 2 locks, and when he locks something, he acquires automatically another lock, and the title. Sorry, the conf. And then okay, so we got Braylon there that tried to barrel, couldn't barrel, so he's not barreling. Then Lieutenant Blunt. Was just a focus. Doesn't really matter at this time. There's not going to be any shots this round anyway. Then Tennum. So Dutch starting to stay on the edge, but facing a bit more toward the center now. So is it discussing that made it in terms of barrel? It looks it did. So Dutch stress from the barrel. Checks boosting and get the focus from his ability. And then we've got Luke Skywalker. Returning the rest of the ships. Ooh, wow. That's quite unexpected. Lando is going through the rocks. Okay, interesting. Interesting choice. No shots, obviously, again. And back to dials. So while we're going back to dials, I'm just going to come back to showing you a bit of more of the list. So as we just showed Luke Skywalker, with R3 Atromx, can manage to get 2 locks if he wants to, and just then his S4s. And the last ship is Blunt. So this one, so it's a nice ability. If there are at least one of the friendly ships at range 0 and 1 of the defender, you may roll one additional attack die. So it's usually a 2 attack, 2 defense ship. But if you manage to place your other ships well, you can transform it to a 3 attack ship, and it's got crack shot as well. So the only ship without crack shot in Steve's list is Luke, because he's a force pilot, so he doesn't get to put crack shot on his ship. Okay, so if we have a look at Gary's list, so the big guy in Gary's list is obviously Lando. When he executes a full maneuver, blue maneuver, after fully executing the blue maneuver, he gets to choose a ship range 0 and to 3, which can be himself, and perform an action. Yep, Num makes the most of it because it decreases the difficulty of the bank's maneuver. Also, we've got the start line to afterwards. Okay, so Gary just used K2SO ability and gave Lando a stress and a calculate. So he's probably going to do a green maneuver anyway in order to use his own ability. So Steve is thinking about this action for Brennan and his barrel. I think Steve wanted to focus and barrel and forgot and did it the other way around, which means he doesn't get a stress. And doesn't get a focus. So Steve's going to try to barrel, probably fail a barrel on the left in order to get a stress. Because as we mentioned before, his ability makes him lack stress. But it's a bit risky because I'm not entirely sure there will be shootings this round anyway. So I'm not sure stressing yourself is really good in this position. So Just is still far away. Jack is moving forward, but still far away. I don't think we've got a lot of shooting this round. I don't expect Nano to go very fast this turn. Interesting. Jack barrel just in front of Dutch. Oh, but there's the same initiative, so he will be able to move Jack if he wants before anyway. So Luke. I'm not sure why Luke's got a strain. I think that's just a mistake, yeah. R2 there. R2 on the right. So Steve is managing to put his arc and covering a lot of the space, but he's slightly risking having his ships being picked one by one as well. So that's a failed boost, but that's not a big issue because he still has got an action thanks to his ability. So no shots this round again. Yeah. Next round will be the first round of shooting. I expect it will be very strange if there's no shooting next round. Which I mean, it's a good position there for Steve, but maybe Luke is a. I'm not sure about the barrel for Luke. I'm not sure because Luke is a bit out of position compared to the rest of the list. Um, so Gary would probably dive in with both Jake and Dutch because he definitely wants to have all his ships shooting this round and a very probably one. Well, the one forward doesn't fit, which that was what the boost told us. So he has to go either very fast to pass this rock or start turning in, which may then landing him on a stress rock. So on the debris. We, which is why it was quite an interesting choice to go through the rocks with Lando. Usually Lando is quite happy, you know, turning around in the map and shooting from the side. So we see what happened. Meanwhile, I'm just going to show you the rest of Gary's list. Um, so Dutch, he can give a target lock to a friend. He can also, thanks to R3, get 2 locks himself, and he's got an ion cannon turret which can shoot from. So he can shoot with the ion cannon turret and his primary attack, thanks to veteran turret gunner. And Jake is basically just Jake, but his ability is quite cool. If he performs a boost or a barrel, he can choose a friendly ship, himself included, at range 0 and 1, and that ship may perform a focus action. And that's it for the list. And on Lando, I don't think we've looked at this area. He's got an engine upgrade, which means he could test this boost earlier without getting a stress. So Gary is testing the range for CAD to SO. Yeah, giving to Orlando anyway, but it does give him the opportunity to check range through run himself, which is quite good. So again, he's doing a green maneuver for sure. Okay, so that's going to be a very exposed 10 nub there. Oh, don't know what was that. Yeah. So gets a lock. He can get a second lock, but no, he can. Sorry, my bad. Lucas got R3. So he didn't manage to stress himself, so he won't be able to use the ability, and he's going to be quite exposed there because I expect Lando to go very fast. So I focus on the lieutenant. So actually, for his ability to trigger, Steve probably wants Lando to be range 1, which may be the case. So I expect probably a R3 from Luke later on. Oh dear, disconnected. Oh dear. Okay, bear with me, guys. And we are back. So the game crashed, and we did just replaying the resetting the dice with the ships, and then they will have to replay the last move from lieutenant. So surprise, surprise, lieutenant is doing a R2 on the right, which we already saw, and he's going to focus, which is where we crashed last time. So Brennan is turning in as well, one bank. Hopefully this time still remember the order to be able to stress himself, focus, and then and get a stress, which then we'll be able to trigger his ability. So Jake, Dutch first. So Dutch now into lock. So he can lock two ships at the same time, and when you get a lock, you can give a lock to someone else. So a lot of shenanigans going on there. So he's going to so so Dutch has got two locks, and Lando's got one. So that's three locks with an action. It's not bad. And then Jake probably want to boost and focus there. Oh, barrel maybe. Okay, barrel there. Can give a focus. Oh, interesting. Oh, just out. Oh, just out. So shenanigans there. Jack did a barrel, get a boost, get a focus thanks to his ability, then boost in because he can always boost after an action for a stress, and then tried with his ability again to give focus to Dutch, which would have been brilliant. Unfortunately, it was just out of range one. So Luke's got locks, which is what he should do anyway. I think so. I think Steve forgot that he could maybe get another lock on Jake with the R3. So no action from Lando because he went through stress. He's got through roll as well. So only a crit would trigger there, and he's safe. So, but no action there, which is a bit of a shame because he could have had 2 action there, thanks to his ability. So they're checking the locks because I think Tennum lost his lock in the save. Here we go. So Lando is in a tricky position there, but he's going to be able to put some hurt as well on Tennum, I would guess. Lieutenant would definitely work. Oh yeah, sorry. Lando ability can, even if he's stressed, he can give a focus to Dutch, which is quite cool. I think the engagement there is probably a bit in Steve's favors because Dutch will only be able to use the primary because of the range, which is not very scary at the moment with just 2 dice. Whereas Steve got a lot of red dice going into Lando there. So Luke will start. So Luke will start shooting. Probably range 2 on Lando, I would imagine. I would be very surprised if every single ship in Steve list don't shoot into Lando there. So range 2, not in the bullseye, no crack shot. And he's got target lock and soft focus thanks to the force. So 3 dice versus 1 coming in. Yeah, I expect Lando to be quite damaged this round. So the lock just on the blank, keeping the focus because anyway you can spend 2 force. And that's nice. So spend a force, yeah, for it crit. Yeah, so it crits. Doesn't matter, Lando's got shields anyway, but he's got 1 die and it's focus. He probably won't spend the calculate there, I think. Ooh, taking the 3 shield there. That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so then it's Lando shooting back. Most probably going into, I would say, Tennum, but we see. Yeah, Tennum is range 1, so I would expect Tennum to. And maybe Jake has got a shot on him as well. But the locking on is on blunt, so stuff show is there. So range 2 shots into blunt. So that's 3 versus 2, which won't be enough to kill him, so blunt will still be able to shoot this turn, whatever happens. He can spend the target lock. Is he going to roll on the blank? Ooh, on the blank. Nice. And I'll probably spend now the calculate. Yeah. So 3 versus 2, that could hurt. 1 evade, so both shields gone, which is not too bad for Steve there. I mean, he's got all his ships now shooting at so 4, 3, and 3 dice. Yeah, quite a lot of damage with crack shots as well on a couple of them, I think. So Brendan's got 2 rerolls thanks to his stress plus a focus, so range 2 probably. Yeah, so no crack shot. So that's 3 versus 1, which is nearly fully modded. It's not too bad. And I forgot to launch the timer again. Rookie mistake. So we've got a focus and a create, so we probably reroll. So reroll just the 1. Yeah, here we go. Or spend focus for it crit. So if there's no evade there, a crit goes through already. Oh, nice. Nice. That's where the crack shot would have been good there. Okay. So Tentnam has got range 1 shot. He's got target lock and crack shot, yeah. So could be a lot of damage there as well. No focus though and no stress. Oh dear. Oh dear. Wu needs a target lock. So that's going to all through. So it crit. Stun pilot for the first crit. And wounded pilot. So Blanc's got 3 dice. Range 2. Thanks to his ability. He's got a focus, but no damage modifier. So just focus, which is it crit. He's got a crack shot anyway, so that's going to go through. So again, it would be it crits going through. Yeah, so probably spend the crack shot. Yeah, crack shot gone on. And yeah, so crack shot it. So it crits. So Lando is on 2 left. Wow. Ooh, damage engine. So 2 left on Lando. So now it's Gary shots on Initiative 4, but I'm not even sure Jake's got the shot on 10, and Dutch will only have the primary. So yeah, I think this went very much into Steve's way. He does have arc. Okay, range 2. So focus. So 2 hits. And and okay, and you get 1 evade. Nice. So just one shield on 10. probably looking at the same thing from Dutch, I guess. Maybe 2 sheets. Round 3 on blunt. Okay, so that's dead, Lieutenant. So in terms of points, Steve is slightly ahead. They're looking at a I think this one is just from, yeah. Okay, so yeah, in terms of points, Steve is slightly ahead. He's got 51 points. He's only, sorry, yeah, he's got 51 points, which is half of Lando. Gary has got 31, which is a full ship. And as much as Gary removed one ship, which is good because this ship now cannot, shoot again. Lando is only on 2 hull. So as it would be difficult for Gary to keep Lando alive much longer. And I think if Lando's gone that quickly, it's going to be very difficult for Dutch and Jake, which in this list are mostly support ships. So I think Gary needs to keep Lando alive at least one of the rounds after this one. So this one and the next at least to put some damage on the B wing. But even so, um, even if Luke is on his own against Dutch, for example, he's Dutch is not ace. So I think it's uphill battle from now from for Gary. So apparently we've got 4 people watching the stream, which is fantastic, and they're set, so they're going to go for the next rounds. So in system phase, Gary is going to use K2SO again. He's probably not going to give stress to Lando himself. So calculate the stress to Dutch. So Dutch is probably going to just be moving forward or bank and get on a blue maneuver. So movement now, Brennan. Oh, okay, that's strange. I'm not sure why you want to face that way. Oh, that's quite strange. Maybe Steve's got the dial on the wrong. Yeah, I think probably Steve wanted to do a bank on the left there because this doesn't Really makes sense. Okay, that's a bit better. So red moves, so he gets stress, which makes he's got modifier, and he's in the way for Lando. If Lando goes past him, then he will be able to shoot him probably, and if not, then so Jake's bump doesn't, so no shenanigans. So remove stress, but no actions. Touch, put it one forward, yeah. Remove stress. Already got a target lock, so put it just to focus. Except if Gary wants to give a target lock to someone else. So yeah, so Gary's taking a lock again on 10, which then with his ability means that he can give a lock on someone else. So Jake will have a lock as well on 10. And the second lock will be on asteroid. Okay. So it looks probably to do. So they're discussing the trigger of all the target lock. So I'm guessing one bank from Luke maybe on the left. If he makes Lando bump, then he's happy. If not, and he's probably take a lock anyway. Then he can shoot on Jake. So one bank, yeah. So Luke's going to take a lock, probably on Lando. And probably one on Jake, maybe. Yeah, so lock on Jake. So what is Lando doing? He's going to bump there, or he's going to move fast enough, probably fast enough, but then he will get shot by 10 Nam as well. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Steve thinks I'm going to be amazed by his move. I think he just was lucky there. I don't think he was trying to do that anyway. So shooting. So Luke's going to shoot most probably at Lando, range 2. That'll be 3 versus 1. So 3 versus 1 with a lock and 2 stop focus. I think Lando would be very lucky to survive there. Very lucky. So, okay, we've got already 2. So we just need to re-roll this one, get anything except a blank to make sure that you can kill Lando there. Yeah, that's it. Lando's dead. Why is it? What? No. What is Steve is saying that he's not going to use the force. Oh yeah, he's spending it. He initially said that he was not going to spend the force, which was a bit strange. So, but yeah, you have to do that. You have to make sure you kill the big ship. So Lando now will be able to shoot, and I think Tenham is in probably in a tough spot there because he's going to lose shots. It may even get ionized into the rock on next turn, but losing Lando there is still very harsh. So 4 dice, and a target lock, thanks to Dutch. So that could be of damage. Yeah, wow. He's not using a lock, so I think he forgot the lock there. Ah, that's a missed opportunity. That's a shame. So that's 3 shields. Um, it's a shame because if he had rerolled that, he could have. Ah, no, sorry. I think Jake has got the lock. Sorry, Jake's got the lock. My bad. Well, Tenham is very bad position there. Only 4 health remaining, and he's got 2 shots, 3 shots with Dutch shooting twice. So 3 dice from Jake. He's got a lock. Ooh. No, he hasn't got focus. He hasn't got focus. No. So he's spending the lock here. And another focus. So 8 crits. It's still 8 crits. So I think 10 nub is not going to survive this round. So it's Steve blanks again. 8 crits. So 10 is on 2. And that looks that's like direct, yeah. So so 10 is on 1. So it's probably dead this round anyway. Which means that Gary really came back on this round because yeah, he lost Lando, but he managed to kill one of the big wing and in the next last round. So still 2 ships versus 2 ships. Ooh, Gary is thinking about maybe attack, maybe going for Luke. I think you have to kill. You have to kill. So he's going to take the primary on Luke, which is okay, interesting. I so only keep the one. Yes, that's a strange choice there, I think, but so Luke's fine. So iron cannon. So we got 3 dice. So 3 dice there. You just need one to kill him, but you never know. Even with target lock. Yeah, here we go. That's okay. So 10 Num is dead. Don't know why Steve is rolling 20, 20 dice there, but he's dead anyway. Um, so so in the end, Kerry managed to exchange Lando for Tennum and Blount. So in points he's still losing. Oh, sorry, I forgot to remove Lando there. In points, Gary is still losing, but I don't think he could have expected better round this turn with not getting shot at Jake nor the touch and killing a full health Baywing on one round, so quite good. I think now the only thing that Steve really needs to be careful with is the ion cannon turrets. So the timer says 15 minutes, but I think I forgot to put it back after the crash, so it's probably only, I would say, about 10 minutes, even less. I'm just going to let them know. So we've got 10 minutes left, roughly, and which probably mean this. Oh, so Brennan's going on the rock, which means she keep the stress. Oh, he's double stress now. Oh, wow, interesting. Doesn't get any damage. That probably leaves Jake to be able to barrel away off his arc. Oh, Jake's okay. Jake's going away. Interesting choice. And then get a focus, then probably boost. But that won't give him an arc, and he won't be able to use the ability again on dash with too far. So just need to add a stress there, and that's it for Jake. Which should be unfortunate because he won't shoot this round. So Dutch may be moving in for a block on Luke, but even if he gets a block, then there will be no ship to shoot at him anyway. But at least be one on one with the B wing. And then if you can get an ion on the B wing, then that's not bad. And Jake cannot can the lock because it's an action and he's stressed. Yeah, Luke needs to move. I don't know what Steve is doing there. Steve just forgot to move. Ooh, ooh, that fits. That fits. But has he got arc on him? That's difficult to tell. Oh yeah, probably has got it. Yeah, probably's got it. Yeah, he's got arc, range 1. So even if he gets ironed, he's not going to want to rock at the moment. So mm, interesting. Okay, so he's going to use the lock probably on the force dice. Yeah, spend the lock for the force dice. Try to get at least a paint there. Here it is. Wow, that'll hurt. So it's 2 shield, 18 crit into dodge. And a crit is wounded battle again. It's not too bad. So he can get a stress after an action. He has to roll an attack die on 18 crit. You get a stress token. So Baron is going range 2. So that's 3 versus 1. Okay. Ooh, so he's going to reroll boss with his ability. So again, if he's stressed, he can reroll up to 2 dice. And I cannot see what they are. There's 1 blank and a hit. So 8 crits going through. With a blank, so 8 crits. Yeah. So Dutch is on 2. And the crit is lose stabilizer. So he's got to go straight next round or take damage. And he's got 2 left. So so he cannot 4K, for example, next round. So Dutch got 2 shots there. And he's got to make them count. He's got to target lock on both of them, both ships. So range 1 into Luke. So that's 3 versus 2 with the primary attack on from Dutch. So 3 dice with a target lock. And okay, we've got a lock, so we can spend the 2 there, lock for the 2 there. No, it doesn't. I think he wants to use the ion cannon as well to make sure he ironed. So no damage. And now iron 4 dice into Luke, so most probably going to take 1 damage and probably an iron. Ooh, oh, that's really bad roll. So he's got the lock, reroll everything. Oh, just 2. So Steve could avoid, just need 1 to avoid the iron. Oh yes, he's got 1. So he's pen force. So take 1 damage, no iron. That's big. That's big. Yeah, I think Gary really needed the iron there because it makes sure that then he gets at least 1 ship out of the fight for a round. As it is, Luke can probably talent roll if he wants, or even R2 and boost to try to get arc, which obviously with iron token would have been different situation. It would have been 1 forward toward the rock and not being able to get back into the fight for a couple of turns. Yeah, Dutch is now on 2 health remaining. Yeah, difficult situation there for Gary. So it will be this round and then 2 round more. 2 more rounds, sorry. and I think they are set. So Brennan keeps one stress. He's probably not going to be able to shoot this turn, I would imagine, except touch bumps, but that would be surprising. Yeah, two forwards, yeah. Not of choice with the low stabilizer, and rotates on the back. Yeah, on the side. Okay, wooden pilot for the stress after an action. Oh, it does get a stress. That's not good either. So yeah, check, remove stress, be able to barrel in. It's going to get a very nice shot on Braden. Get a focus from that. He cannot give the focus to Dutch because Dutch is stressed thanks to the crit. So I would expect the turn roll from Luke on the left. Yeah, here we go. So just behind. So now the question would be, do you want to try to put some damage on Luke, or do you want to try to finish Dutch? I think you're trying to finish Dutch. If you can put 2 damage through, then Dutch doesn't shoot this round. But he's got no modifier except the force. So I would expect Steve to go into Dutch, try to finish him before he can shoot. And yeah, that's it. 3 dice. Range 2 on Dutch. I think you only rolled 2 there. No, there's no. 1 was not rolled. Let me just correct that with him. So unfortunately for Steve, there's no way he can kill. Oh, actually, he's not going to do any damage this round. Wow. Wow. That's really good news. So I expect Gary to go full into onto a Brennan there. It's got 2 shots, range 1, plus the ion cannon. I think, yeah. So range 1 on Brennan makes sense. So primary first. Oh, he's doing ion first. Oh no, he hasn't got primary. Sorry, he's on the side. My bad. So only 1 shot there. He's got no modifier. Oh yeah, he's got the target lock. So reroll the 3 there, and it crits. That could have been worse. Blank, so 2 shields. Oh, sorry, no, 1 damage and 1 ion, which is unfortunate because it means he's not going to shoot anything next round either. But just 1 damage, and then the damage will come from Jake. Now, range 1 with a focus. So 3 dice. Wow. It crits. and evade, so that's only 2 shields. So the crit doesn't go through. So now there are only 2 rounds left. Brennan's Ion won't do anything this round. I think Luke really need now to kill Dutch before it shoots, and that would be game for Steve, I think, at this point. If he cannot manage to get the damage through, which he didn't last round, then yeah, then everything is possible because a 4 health Brennan, which is going to be 1 forward, could get damaged quite badly. If he's killed, then Gary's up on point. So Brennan's doing 1 forward. Um, hmm, I would guess a hard one from Jake Mayfeet, and then he got the range 1 shot. So they're working out how to move the sheep. uh, okay, Steve. I don't think Steve did what was supposed to. Oh dear, what is it doing? What is it doing? Okay. Hmm. Yeah, but he bumped. No, he bumped. No, he bumped before. That's not the correct position. Um, bear with me. And that's why I prefer Vassal, because at least you can undo stuff very easily. That was just from trying to do 1 forward. That's it. Remove the stress. So, so just a focus because he was ioned. One banks. Oh, take damage from the lose. Wow. Wow. That's very yeah, I guess he didn't want to keep the stress and go through the rock. He's going to have to change his arc. Oh, he's not changing arc. So lock everywhere, but he's iron. He's not going to check a shot this round. Sloop from Jack. Yeah, the other one probably didn't fit anyway, so that's a good shot. And he's got modifier now. Oh yeah, Brennan needs to check for his crit. And he gets it again. Oh. But I don't expect he's going to be long in the game. So Luke using R3 to take a lock on both ships, and will probably shoot at Dutch, try to kill. He's got just need to get one damage through. Sorry, I forgot to date, but Dutch is on 1. So that's 3 versus 2. But he's got target lock and 2 soft focus, so it would be very surprising if he didn't get 1 damage through. So 3 dice. We've got a blank, a focus, and I don't know. So we're just rolling 1, so I guess the other one is either focus or hit, which is a hit. So he's probably got 3 hits now, which means that, yeah, 3 hits. So Dutch is dead, whatever happens. And I think that's probably a game. Yeah, probably a game there. Jack won't be able to kill both Luke and Braden, or kill Braden and get half on Luke in one remaining turn. So Jake is going to go for probably Braden, at least to try to kill it. Oh no, he's out. Ah, so he's going to be range 2 on Luke. He hasn't got a target lock. So no modifier. 2 versus 2. Luke should get his force back. Is it a May? You may. Okay, so he forgets. It's still forgot and doesn't get the regen of the force. But he's got evade anyway. So we go into our last round. Yeah, the game is there because there's no way Jack can kill both ships or attack both ships in the same round. It's not physically possible. So Steve got the game. I think the last one is just in terms of managing the points and the MOV there. It's last round. I would expect Brennan to K-turn. Yeah, I think a 2 K-turn is probably his best chance to get a shot there. Not sure about Luke though. Luke's got stress. He's next to the debris there. I'm looking at. if Czech managed to get half points on Luke, even so, no, he wouldn't. No, no, there's no way. So this was our first stream. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. The huge 4 people have been watching, so that's quite cool. Thanks, guys. And well, we'll try to do more, and hopefully I've been more of a commentator, so I don't feel too much on my own speaking there. So we see probably some games in Vasa as well in the same tournament. So the Vagabond Open is a tournament where you've got two sides, one in Vasa, one in TTS. You can play on both if you want to. It's one game per week, and you have to play a different faction every week. So there's 7 weeks. This is the third edition. It's been quite popular during the lockdown for obvious reasons, and yeah, Steve managed that very, very well. So Brennan did the K turn. Jake knew he was going to do the K turn, so went and managed to get out of arc. And yeah, Luke's doing Luke stuff. Doesn't care if he gets a stress anyway. He still got one shot and probably has to try to get 2 shields off, which would mean then that he will be able to get half points. So, so 4 dice with 2 force on the check. And it's got a lock as well, yeah, from last time. That could hurt. Yeah, it's got the lock for the 2. So that's at least 8 crit. And 8 and I can see the one. Yeah, focus. So it can use the force. Yeah, I think this one was just knocked, so it's 8 crits. So that's at least 1 shield. Ooh, oh dear, oh dear. So that's going to be a shield, 2 shield and a crit. If the crit is directed, he's killed. Oh, few leaks doesn't matter. Few leaks doesn't do anything there. But that's half points. That's half points. So now Gary is hoping for some crits going on and be able to kill Brennan. But Brennan is for her, so one shooting is would be difficult, but we never know. So what we got? Ooh. Okay, it's frozen there. I don't know what happened there. TTS just making the. Oh, it's okay. So can reroll one. Oh, get a crit. So that's it crit. Oh, sorry, still had 1 shield. Sorry. So only 1 shield and a crit. And that's it. That's game. So Steve gets it with 178 points to Gary's 109. So I hope you enjoy this. It was quite interesting to try to comment that on my own. I don't think I'll do that again. I'll try to get someone else to talk with me. Um, But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll let you know when there's a next one. Have a good one, guys. Cheers. Bye.